My boss destroyed me while I was watching my mother die. She stole 18 months of my work. Got promoted. Got my salary. Got my office. And when I came back, she smiled and told me how lucky I was that she'd kept things running while I was gone. 3 months later, she made one mistake. She agreed to present my research to the CEO. Live. On camera. With questions. What happened in that boardroom took 90 minutes. By the time it was over, her career was gone. Her reputation was ashes. And me. I never said a single word. Let me tell you how silence can destroy someone who thought they'd already won. I'm not going to tell you my real name. What matters is what I created. I'm a senior data analyst at a pharmaceutical consulting firm. We advise drug companies on clinical trials worth hundreds of millions of dollars. For 18 months, I built something that could change the industry. A predictive model that could forecast drug trial outcomes with 91% accuracy. Industry standard. 68%. My model, the Meridian protocol, could save companies $400 million per failed trial. I gave up everything for it. Worked until 2 a.m. most nights. Missed my brother's wedding to debug code. My boyfriend left because I was obsessed. He wasn't wrong. My boss knew what I was building. Vanessa Hargrove, late 40s, sharp blonde bob, Armani suits. You're going to change this company, Maya. I'm so proud to mentor you. I worshipped her. March 14th. My mother had a massive stroke. They didn't know if she'd make it through the night. I was on a plane 4 hours later. The ICU was cold. Fluorescent. My mom lay there with half her face paralyzed. Tubes everywhere, unable to speak. I was her only child. Dad died 6 years ago. There was no one else. I filed for emergency leave, 12 weeks. Vanessa approved it immediately. She put both hands on my shoulders, looked me in the eyes. Family first. Always. Don't worry about work. I'll personally make sure your projects are protected. I hugged her and cried on her shoulder. Mom survived. Barely. She'd need 6 months of rehab to learn how to speak again. I checked work email 3 times in 12 weeks. Vanessa said she'd keep my projects safe. She lied. June 3rd. Came back. The office felt wrong immediately. People looked at me weird, sympathetic or uncomfortable. My desk had been moved to a smaller cubicle near the bathrooms. My nameplate was gone. I went straight to Vanessa's office. She was sitting in the corner office, the one that had been reserved for the next senior promotion. My research papers spread across her desk. My code printouts. Everything. She looked up and smiled. Maya, you're back. How's your mom? I told her stable. Then asked what happened to my desk. Oh, we had to reorganize. Actually, perfect timing. I wanted to talk to you about your project. Your project. Past tense. The Meridian protocol was completed and presented to the board in your absence. You laid fantastic groundwork, but there were gaps. The board was waiting. We couldn't let a critical initiative stall for 3 months. The room tilted. Who finished it? I did. Well, the team helped, but I led the final push. Streamlined the algorithm, brought it home. She swiveled her monitor toward me. Internal announcement. Vanessa Hargrove promoted to Vice President of Strategic Analytics. $185,000 salary. Stock options. Executive parking. All based on my work. I made sure to mention the team effort in my remarks. Your early phase contributions didn't go unnoticed. Early phase. I had built that entire model from scratch. Every line of code. Every statistical assumption. Every validation test. 18 months of my life. She walked around and put her hand on my shoulder. Look, I know this is an adjustment. You've been through hell. But you're lucky, Maya. A lot of companies wouldn't have held your position during such a long leave. I fought for you. So let's just move forward. Fresh start. Lucky. I went to HR the next day. Filed a formal complaint. Theft of intellectual property. Fraudulent misrepresentation. They investigated for 3 days. Conclusion. No evidence of misconduct. VP Hargrove provided extensive documentation showing collaborative development. She'd fabricated emails, fake progress reports timestamped during my leave. She'd planned this for months. The next 6 weeks were designed to break me. Vanessa assigned me intern-level work. Formatting PowerPoints, data entry, proofreading. In meetings, let's let the support staff handle the detail work. Support staff. I have a master's degree in biostatistics and 6 years of experience. I stopped sleeping. Had panic attacks in the bathroom stalls, right next to my new desk. My mom would call from rehab. "How's work, honey?" I'd lie. "Great, Mom. Everything's great." Then something changed. I was reformatting one of Vanessa's presentations and noticed something. Slide 34. Formula. One of my core Bayesian calculations. But 2 variables were transposed. The math didn't just break, it would give actively wrong predictions. Any statistician would spot it immediately. She'd presented this deck to clients multiple times. I checked 3 more presentations. Same thing. Surface polish, but the technical content was riddled with errors. Copy-paste mistakes. Misunderstood concepts. She didn't just steal my work. She didn't understand it. She could sell the results. But the actual mathematics, the machine learning architecture, she had no idea how it worked. And that meant she was vulnerable. I was sitting in that bathroom stall one afternoon, having another panic attack when my phone rang. Calling from rehab. "Honey, I'm so proud of you," she said, speech still slurred from the stroke. "You worked so hard on that project. Did they like it?" I pressed my fist against my mouth to keep from sobbing. "Yeah, Mom. They loved it. I knew they would. You're going to change the world, baby." That's when I stopped crying and started planning. September 8th. Company-wide email from Richard Ng, our CEO in Singapore. Subject: Quarterly Review, September 18th to 20th. My heart pounded before I even opened it. Richard almost never visited. When he did, heads rolled. He wanted deep dives on our flagship innovations. Specifically, he wanted to meet the team behind the Meridian protocol and understand the technical architecture for Asian market expansion. Technical architecture. I sat at my shitty desk and felt something I hadn't felt in months. Oh. Vanessa called an emergency meeting that afternoon. Excited but tense, kept touching her hair. "This is huge. Richard doesn't fly 12 hours for nothing. If we nail this, we're talking international expansion. This could transform all of our careers." She looked directly at me. "I'll need the full technical breakdown ready. Every model assumption, every data source, every validation metric. I want this presentation airtight." He smiled. "Of course. I'll pull everything together for you." She had no idea what she'd just asked me to do. The Meridian protocol isn't one algorithm. It's 6 interdependent models, each compensating for the other's weaknesses. The underlying math. Bayesian probability networks. Markov chain Monte Carlo simulations. Gradient boosting decision trees with custom loss functions. I spent months teaching myself that. Online courses, textbooks, research papers. Vanessa had an MBA and a gift for PowerPoint. I built the presentation perfectly. No dumbed-down summaries. No simplified graphics. Every slide was dense, technical, mathematically rigorous. Utterly incomprehensible unless you'd built it yourself. Full equations, derivations, references to obscure statistical papers. Slide 12. Hierarchical Bayesian prior construction, conjugate distributions and posterior updating. Slide 18. MCMC convergence diagnostics. Gelman-Rubin statistics and effective sample size. Slide 23. Cross-validation schema. Stratified K-fold with temporal blocking. Every slide. Developed by the Strategic Analytics team under VP Vanessa Hargrove. I sent her the deck 4 days before Richard's arrival. She reviewed it that afternoon. Scrolling through, expression getting more focused. He called me in. This is very thorough. You said you wanted it airtight. Right. Good work. She didn't ask a single question about the content. Not one. September 17th. Vanessa pulled me aside. I want you in the room tomorrow. As backup. In case there are very specific technical questions. Backup. For my work. Of course. Happy to support however you need. That night I didn't sleep. Not from anxiety. From anticipation. Richard arrived at 8:30 with his entourage. CFO. Head of Asia Pacific. Board chair. 3 major investors on video from London and Tokyo. 26 people total. The conference room felt like a courtroom. I sat in the back corner. Laptop closed. Notepad blank. Invisible. Vanessa walked in at 8:55 wearing navy Armani. Fresh blowout, perfect makeup. Shook Richard's hand, made easy small talk. Total control. Total confidence. Richard took his seat. Vanessa, we've been hearing incredible things about this Meridian protocol. 91% accuracy would be game-changing for our Asia operations. Before we discuss scaling, I want to completely understand the methodology. He leaned forward. Walk us through it. How does it actually work? Vanessa smiled. I'd be delighted to. She clicked to the first slide. And I watched her face change. The first 4 slides were fine. Executive summary. Business objectives. ROI projections. Vanessa could do that in her sleep. Then came slide 5. Bayesian network architecture. Prior probability distributions and likelihood functions. Covered in equations. Greek symbols. Directed acyclic graphs. She stared at it for 4 full seconds. The core of the protocol is built on a Bayesian framework, which allows us to update predictions dynamically as new patient data becomes available. Technically true. Vague. Surface level. Richard nodded. And how did you construct the prior distributions? What specific data sources informed those baseline assumptions? Vanessa clicked to her notes, then back. We aggregated historical trial data from multiple sources. Industry benchmarks, peer-reviewed studies, FDA databases. Which benchmarks specifically? Dr. Sarah Chen, Chief Data Officer. 50-something wire-rimmed glasses, 2 pitches. We used a comprehensive set of. Which ones? Vanessa's smile tightened. The standard oncology and cardiology trial databases. Here. clinicaltrials.gov. Published meta-analyses. A bead of sweat formed at her temple. Richard leaned forward. And how did you weight those sources? Hierarchical modeling or? Hierarchical. Yes, hierarchical weighting to account for different data quality levels. We used a flat ensemble approach with bootstrap aggregation. Dr. Chen frowned. That would introduce significant bias given the heterogeneity of trial designs. How did you correct for that? We applied standard statistical correction methods. Such as silence. Vanessa clicked to the next slide, hand trembling. Markov chain Monte Carlo convergence diagnostics. This covers our validation approach. We ran extensive MCMC simulations to ensure model stability and reliability. Dr. Chin leaned back. What convergence criterion did you use? Gelman-Rubin, Guicki, Heidelberger-Welch. Vanessa stared. We used industry-standard convergence diagnostics. That's not an answer. Which test? Vanessa looked at me. Just a quick glance, half a second. Everyone noticed. Richard's eyes narrowed. He looked at me, then back at Vanessa. Is there a problem? No problem. These are very granular implementation details. The strategic implications are what matter for. I want to understand the granular details. That's why I'm here. Continue. Next slide. Gradient boosting implementation. Loss function optimization and hyperparameter tuning. Actual code. Python. The custom loss function I'd written from scratch. Her hands were visibly shaking. Our gradient boosting approach. We optimized the loss function to minimize prediction error across multiple outcome variables. Which boosting algorithm? The former McKinsey partner who'd built his own ML models. XGBoost. LightGBM. CatBoost. We evaluated multiple frameworks and selected the optimal one for our use case. Which one? The one that provided the best performance metrics. The expression went from interested to skeptical. Richard sat back. The shift in body language. Subtle, but everyone felt it. Vanessa, did you personally build this model? Complete silence. You could hear the ventilation system. Vanessa's face flushed red. I led the strategic direction. The high-level architecture. The business requirements. The vision that. Did you write any of the code? I'm not a programmer, I'm a strategist. My role is to. Did you design any of the statistical models? I provided oversight on. Answer the question. Yes or no? No. The word fell like a stone. Richard's expression didn't change. Somehow worse than anger. So you presented work you didn't do, claimed credit for it, and got promoted based on it. That's not. This is a misunderstanding. Voice shaking now. She was on medical leave. Her mother was dying. The board needed this presentation. We couldn't wait 3 months. I stepped in to ensure business continuity. Without crediting the actual developer. I mentioned the team effort. She's not the team. She's the architect. And you erased her. He turned to me. What's your name? Every single person turned to look at me. The investors on video leaned toward their cameras. I met Richard's eyes. Dr. Maya Shaheen. Senior Data Analyst. You built this model. Pause. Just long enough to let Vanessa feel what was coming. I developed the Meridian protocol over 18 months. Sole contributor. I designed the statistical architecture, wrote every line of code, validated the results, and documented the complete methodology. Pin drop silence. Richard looked at Vanessa. Is this true? She opened her mouth, closed it, hands gripping the table edge. She was part of the development team. I provided strategic oversight and. Did you build it? No. Richard stood up. This meeting is over. Vanessa, you'll meet with HR and legal this afternoon. Do not delete any files, do not contact any board members. Do not leave the building without checking in with general counsel. Vanessa's face went white. Richard, please, if I could just explain. You've explained enough. Leave. She gathered her things with shaking hands. Couldn't get her laptop into her bag. Dropped her phone. Picked it up. Everyone watched in silence. She walked past me without looking. The door closed. Richard sat back down. Dr. Chan and the COO stayed. Everyone else filed out. Why didn't you say anything sooner? I met his eyes. I did. I filed an HR complaint. It was dismissed. She had fabricated documentation. Fake emails, fake progress reports, all time-stamped during my leave. I looked into hiring a lawyer. Couldn't afford it. And honestly, I didn't think anyone would believe a junior analyst over a VP. Richard nodded slowly. Walk me through it. I want to understand what we actually have here. I stood up. I didn't need the slides. For 90 minutes, I explained every model, every assumption, every design choice, every validation test, drew diagrams on the whiteboard, worked through equations from memory, answered every technical question with precision and clarity. When I finished, Richard was smiling. That was brilliant. Genuinely brilliant. He looked at Dr. Chan and the CEO. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Dr. Chan nodded. Absolutely. Richard turned back to me. We're creating a new role. Director of Predictive Analytics. You'll report directly to me, work across all regional offices, and build your own team. Salary is $240,000 plus equity. I want you in Singapore next month to present this to our Asia-Pacific partners yourself. I couldn't breathe. And Maya. Richard's expression was serious. You've been doing VP-level work on an analyst's salary while Vanessa bought a Tesla with your bonus. That ends today. Effective immediately. You'll be making more than she ever did. And she'll know it. The official announcement went out 3 days later. Dr. Maya Shaheen promoted to Director of Predictive Analytics. Effective immediately. Vanessa Hargrove was placed on administrative leave pending investigation. Legal pulled her documentation. Every email, every progress report. Except they also pulled file metadata. Every single document had been created after I left for medical leave. She'd backdated them. Digital forensics caught it. She'd also deleted my original files. But IT had backups. They recovered everything. Email chains where I'd sent her updates. My code repository showing 18 months of commits. My project notebook with handwritten proofs. All of it proved I'd built everything alone. 2 weeks after the Singapore presentation disaster, she was fired for cause. Misconduct, fraud, misrepresentation. Her VP title revoked. Her stock options forfeited. Her severance denied. She tried to get a job at 2 of our competitors. Richard personally called both CEOs. Both companies withdrew their offers. Last I heard, she's at a mid-tier consulting firm, making about $90,000. No leadership role. No direct reports. No corner office. And me. I'm in Singapore right now. Just closed a $22 million expansion contract. I have a team of 14 brilliant analysts. I bought my mom a house near the rehab center with my signing bonus. Next week I'm keynoting a conference in London. My research. My name on the program. 3 months after I started in Singapore, I was back in the US for a conference. Saw her. Vanessa. In the hotel lobby. She was there for some mid-tier industry mixer, name tag on a lanyard, the kind you get at events that don't matter. She saw me across the lobby. I was walking with Richard and 2 board members. Heading to the executive dinner. No name tag needed. Our eyes met for maybe 2 seconds. She looked away first. And I kept walking. Sometimes revenge isn't about what you say. It's about who you become while they're watching you walk past them. Subscribe if you've ever been erased by someone who underestimated you. Because the best revenge is becoming impossible to ignore.